Hi, my name's Jayne Leach. Welcome to the team. I've been with Forever Living now for 18 years and it has been the most incredible 18-year journey. I've loved every single minute of it. But you're a brand new distributor and you're just embarking on your journey and you're probably wondering what words of advice I can give you. I'd like to take you way back to my first 30 days in the business and maybe help you understand what needs to be done and how you can address that in your first 30 days. The first thing I can tell you, and probably you're feeling this as well, is I was so excited. I was so excited I could hardly sleep at night. There I was, a brand new distributor. I just got my new box. I'd taken my box home. I put it on the kitchen table. And just for a minute, I thought, oh my goodness, what have I done? And you're probably thinking that too. Oh my goodness, what have you done? But here's the thing, if you are thinking that, what you've done is probably the best thing you'll ever do in your life, and that is to become happily involved in Forever. But now that you are involved, where do we go from here? Well, the first 30 days in your business are very, very important. And what we do or don't do in those first 30 days are going to have an impact on where you'll go in the next 3 or 4 months. So what I want to do is maybe give you some advice on things that you need to focus on, things that you need to take into account, and some of the things that you need to learn to have a flying start. So with any new business, I think the first thing that we need to consider is, why are we doing it? Why have we chosen to take this direction? Why have we chosen to become part of Forever? And we could say that the why is the goals. What is important to you? What do you want to achieve? And so the first task I would like you to take seriously and to work on as from now is to take a journal or a sheet of paper and begin to write down what's important to you, what you're prepared to work hard for, what you might sacrifice some things for, what you're prepared to get emotional for. And once you've done that and maybe categorised it into 3 areas, your personal goals, your family goals and your business goals, what we need to do then is we need to look at the most important goal right now, the one thing that has to happen as a matter of urgency right now. And once we've done that, we need to then look at the marketing model in Forever Living. Now, Forever Living has got an incredible marketing model, a marketing model that allows people to make an extra £200 or £300 a month, up to £2,000 or £3,000 a month, up to the heady heights of 20, 30, 40, even 50,000 and more per month. But obviously with that marketing model, the thing that's important is to look at your goal, what's important to you, look at the marketing model, look at the income that you need to help you achieve that goal and match the two together. So for example, you could at this moment want some money to help you pay off your mortgage. And that mortgage repayment could be anywhere from maybe £600 to £1,000, £1,200 per month. And what we can immediately do, once we know the monetary value of your goal, is link the monetary value of the goal to a position on the marketing model. And that's really important that you focus on that. For us in the early days, we desperately needed to get to the position of manager very, very quickly. The manager position is going to yield you anywhere from £1,000 to £2,000 per month and more. And I have to tell you, looking way back to my first 30 days in the business, I can tell you that £1,000 to £2,000 a month was going to make a massive difference in our family. So, we've identified a goal, we've looked at the marketing model, we've linked the monetary need of our goal to the marketing model, and we know where we have to focus and the first position on the plan that's important to us as an individual. So now we've done that, what do we need to do now? Well, the first thing we do is we need to take some action, and we take action in one of 2 areas. The first area is obviously in developing a customer base. So how do we develop a customer base pretty quickly? Well, the first thing is we need to use the products. That goes without saying. In my experience, personally, I believe that you can't develop a customer and share a product with passion unless you first have used it, experienced it and enjoyed the benefits. So what we're doing is we're using the product ourselves, not just a bit, but a lot of it. We're getting the products in us and on us, enjoying the benefit, and then we're going to go and develop some customers. Now, the quickest way to develop customers, in my experience, is to have what we call a business launch. And a business launch is where we gather around a group of family, friends and colleagues, people we care about actually, to come and have a look at the product range that we're working with and a little bit about the business opportunity and what could be in it for them. And my advice to you is in your first 30 days, you might want to do 2 or 3 of these as quickly as possible. Because one of the things that we do know from you doing a very successful launch is that you will possibly retail to maybe 8, 9, 10 or a dozen customers, and also some of your best recruiting is going to come through doing your business launches. We also have to understand that the whole marketing model is based on something called case credits. And when we look at doing a business launch, all of the products that we retail to our friends, our family, our colleagues are going to start generating these things called case credits. And we know on average that a good product launch can yield anywhere from maybe 1 to 2 or even 3 case credits for maybe about an hour's work. So we look at planning those launches into your diary as quickly as possible. Now, the next thing that we need to do is get you comfortable with just talking to people when you're out and about the products. So we encourage you to get yourself a couple of free trial packs that you can begin to share with people who maybe can't make it to your business launch. And in that first 30 days, what I'm looking for when I'm working with somebody, and what you should be focusing on, is maybe generating between 3-4 case credits just from your retailing. So what we need to do now is we now need to start focus on the business building activity. And the business building activity is where we're beginning to introduce other people into our team to allow them to enjoy the same kind of benefits that you're going to enjoy with Forever. And we do that by firstly understanding the business building cycle. The business building cycle is very simple. It starts with you writing a full and comprehensive, what we call a who do you know list. Now, I have to tell you, when I did my first who do you know list, my contact list, I put a heady 28 names on that list, and I thought I was doing remarkably well, only to be told by my sponsor when he met me a few days later that he felt that I maybe should think a little outside the box and maybe I should be focusing on 100, 150 or even 200 names. I was horrified, but I soon realised that he was right and I did need to expand that list. However, the beauty about the way you build a business is no matter how many names you put on that list initially, we can make a great start. So, with whatever amount of names you've put on the list, we can now start working the cycle. So we begin to identify some of the people that you would love to share the opportunity with. Now, this is not about prejudging, which again is sadly what I did. And in prejudging, we think about the people who might like Forever Living. This is not about prejudging. This is about emptying your head of absolutely everybody that you know. And all we're going to do is ask them if they would like to have a look at a remarkable opportunity. It could be a quick phone call. It could be an email. It could be a text message. But our job is to contact people, to give them an opportunity to receive some information about this incredible opportunity. And there are many ways of getting information into the hands of prospects, but 2 of my preferred ways are firstly what we call a one-on-one. And a one-on-one is really fantastic. It's half an hour over a cup of coffee where you run through a little bit of information on Forever. We touch on the history of the company, we touch on the global opportunity, we touch on the products, we touch on how you make money in the various income areas, and then of course we find out if it's something that they might be interested in. Or if you can't find the time to do what we call a one-on-one, another way is to send a link to a website and get some information in front of your prospect via a website. Once we've done that, we then invite our prospects along to what we call a business presentation. And a business presentation happens pretty much every night of the week, all around the country. This is a 1-hour presentation that you will take your prospect along to so they can see Forever in its glory. And if you remember rightly, you've already been there yourself anyway, and it was a very enjoyable experience. If at the end of that presentation your new prospect decides they're happy and they want to get involved, we get the paperwork filled in, we get them with their unique ID, business number, we get them with their box, and we quite simply start the process all over again. So looking now at some of the things that we've got to focus on in those first 30 days, we have to identify a why, a goal. We have to look at the marketing model, the monetary value of our goal, and link the 2 together. We then have to look at the activity, and the activity we need to do is we need to use and retail the products and develop a customer base. And we need to look to be doing 2 to 4 case credits in retail in that first 30 days. Then we need to do a who do you know list. And as a result of doing a who do you know list, we begin to approach people about the amazing opportunity in Forever. We might approach them with a phone call, a text message, an email, with a view to receiving some information. If they like what they see, we invite them to come along to a business presentation. At the end of that 1 hour presentation, if they like what they see there, we ask them to get happily involved with us. They join the business, they become part of our team, your team. And what happens when you recruit people and they invest in their business, in their starter box, their NDP pack, that becomes 2 case credits worth of business. And for every new person you recruit, it's 2 CCs. So, if you focus on recruiting between 2 to 5 people in your first 30 days, you can be looking at anywhere from 4 to 10 case credits from that activity. Let's say you focus on recruiting 3 people. There's 6 case credits. Let's say you've retailed 4 case credits. 6 and 4 are 10. And if you look at that as part of the first 30 days, that means that you've actually done what we call a base month for supervisor. And I think you will have had an absolutely incredible month. Layer that with the trainings, the meetings, the success days, and regular contact with your sponsor, and you will have had an absolutely flying start. I hope that's helped. I hope it's given you some clarity on the importance of those first 30 days, and I wish you every success in building your Forever business.